Hi, hello, namaste, good evening to all. Myself Murli PG. Today, let us have one class on YouTube section with respect to our Unacademy classes. So here we are going to have the discussion on today is with the strategy to score 100 out of 100 in biology board exam 2021. Regarding with this, I am going to take today's class. Okay, and here with respect to our Unacademy focusing towards Karnataka CET 2021 aspirants, we introduce some of the courses that comes under a single category plus. Here it is a premium content at affordable price, structured live classes, dedicated live doubt clearing sessions, quizzes at regular intervals, batches for complete preparation, test series and mock test will be there, and single subscription for unlimited access. Everything is under single subscription with the following important features, where 20 plus top educators will going to take the classes. Then 10 plus batches are there, 250 plus courses and 2000 plus lessons are going to be there, and we are adding any more every day. So during the plus subscription, you can use my code KCET Murali and get 10 and additional 5% offer with respect to the following pricing plan. Of course, you will get 10% off plus addition of 5% addition when you are using my code KCET Murali. Okay, these are the price value about 10% off, and addition of 5% off will be there if you are using my code KCET Murali, okay, referral code or the use code. These are the present month plans with the price value: 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 12 month and 24 month plan with respect to our Unacademy YouTube classes. Then there is a daily T20 free practice test series for Karnataka CET aspirants 2021-22. So daily test will be there, about 20 questions in 20 minutes. Live test, get leaderboard ranking, evaluate your performance, attempt later multiple times, then practice regularly and gain the confidence for exam. So available for free, and you can have the test series in a proper way, so you can use it. So as a result, you will get a good confidence. You can grab more questions, MCQ, you can work out on that one. So as a result, your knowledge will going to improve. Okay, and it will be helpful for achieve your goal in the oncoming Karnataka CET. And how to attempt a test series, here I given the process how to enter to that test series. Okay, so by this all introduction, how to enter into our plus subscription, you have to do one thing. Go to Unacademy Learners app from the particular Play Store and install it. Go to search under goal search state CET, under which Karnataka CET, and go and search for different subjects. Okay, PCB, PCMB, PCM, etc. And during the subscription, use my code and get 10% plus additional 5% off regarding with the price value. So by this introduction, Now I am entering to today's topic discussion, strategy to score 100 out of 100 in biology board exam 2020. Okay, my dear friends, good evening to all. Welcome once again. Let us have the discussion. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, during the time of discussion. Yes, if you take biology, so it is one of the fascinating subject in the field of science and is a very important subject for class 12 board exam. Refers to our 12th in second PUC board exam and various medical exams like NEET, AIMS, or if you take any other KCET type of exams related with the paramedical courses, etc. So biology is one of the important subject with respect to board exam. And in board exam, biology carries about 100 marks with 70 marks in theory and 30 marks in practical. So out of 100 mark, 70 mark is for theory and 30 mark is for practical. Under practical, you will going to get out of 4 very easily, isn't it? It is very easy to handle the practicals. But in the theory point of view, how to handle that 70 mark, how to grab or how to score that 70 marks so that you will going to get a total 100. In the practical point of view, you have to take special steps, identification of slides, specimens, performance of and making of different slides. It should be correct. Staining procedure. Then of course you should give the answers for the live questions. That is the examiner will going to ask the questions, isn't it? So during that time you should able to answer that one. So for all this, how to prepare for entire board exam, that includes both theory and practical. Practical, we have to study all the practicals in proper way according to the reduced syllabus. Now the syllabus it was reduced for practical and theory with respect to all PCMB, etc. In that biology today we will discuss. Okay. So in the case of our biology here, of course I already said 70 mark in theory and 30 marks in practical, and here for reduced syllabus 2020-21 second year PUC subject. This was given by Government of Karnataka PU board, so you can use it. So here I given different unit 6, that is reproduction biology. In that the chapters, so maximum mark it may be of 32. So 32 means here out of 70, for 70 mark question paper there will be nearly 110 mark questions. There will be choices, isn't it? So by the application, by applying that choice also, here I given the distribution of marks for each chapter. So unit wise, chapter wise weightage. So from the reproductive biology, 32 marks will be there, and in that reproduction organism it comprises of 2 mark, sexual reproduction flowering plant 13 mark, and human reproduction topic 11 mark, and reproductive health 6 mark. This is what out of 32. And genetics and evolution, in that genetics principle and variation chapter is there, that is 14 mark, and molecular biology 14 mark. Very important chapters, isn't it? So 28 mark will be there, and of course evolution chapter it was deleted in this year. Next, biology and human welfare. In that we are with the 2 chapters. One chapter is deleted, that is chapter number 9, strategies for enhancement in food production. That chapter is not there in this year, okay, for board exam. So biology and human welfare 19 mark will be there. Out of 19, with respect to human health and disease, it is about 12 marks, and microbes in human welfare it is 7 mark. Okay. Then biotechnology chapter, both biotechnology chapters are included here, and in that biotechnology principle and process 8 mark and 6 mark for biotechnology and its application. So 14 mark will be there, and ecology, it comprises of 12 mark, and in that actually 4 topics were there, isn't it? Out of 4, here 2 topics were deleted and only 2 topics were retained. The retained topics are organism and population, it comprises of 8 mark, and the biodiversity and conservation is for 4 marks. So ecosystem and environmental issues chapter, it was deleted from the ecology group. So this is what our distribution of mark with respect to chapter wise weightage. Okay. So out of 110 mark questions, we have to answer for 70 mark. So here this is the mark distribution for 110 mark. Okay. So this is the unit wise and chapter wise weightage according to the Government of Karnataka PU board. Okay. For the year 2020-21 final exam. Yes, Shreyas, Satvik, Manoj, welcome to the class. Yeah, yes Shreyas. Weightage, it is according to the Government PU board of Karnataka, the weightage, latest weightage with respect to unit wise and chapter wise. So out of 110 mark, we have to answer for 70 mark. So here it is totally gives, I think, 110. Okay. Sorry, 105. Sorry, 105. So 105 out of 105, you have to answer for 70 mark questions. So you can use it. Okay. You may get it in our Karnataka PU board website also. Okay. This distribution of marks. Okay. This is one part. And coming to the second part, how to score maximum mark out of out. I am focusing towards out of out, 100 out of 100, 100 out of 100. So importance of reading NCERT books and recommended side books. What is the side book? Of course, NCERT is final, isn't it? NCERT is the best book for preparing biology for class 12 board exam. If you will take the help of various side books for board exam preparation, neglecting the NCERT, this is important. Neglecting the NCERT books, then it will only elongate your syllabus. Don't neglect the NCERT. To the point, we have to answer. To the point. We don't want any story, isn't it? Before or after of the required answer. So to the point, we should answer. So how we can prepare for that one? But you can take the help of side books. Side books means additional books to understand the topics of NCERT. For additional information, you can acquire it from the side books. But side book is not the sufficient thing. It is not the final book. It is not the syllabus. Syllabus is only the NCERT book. Got it? Yes, Mahima, welcome. Good evening. Next, try to read NCERT biology book daily and give equal emphasis on revising learned chapters. So here, try to read NCERT biology book and it should happen daily and give equal emphasis on revising learned topics. Proper revision is mandatory to secure good marks in biology. So here, repeated reading and writing skill along with the labeled diagram is much more important than going with any other kind of things. Yes, Devish, welcome to the class. Okay, so that is very much essential. Then try to solve objective questions of biology more and more to attempt 1 mark questions in the board exam. Remember, out of 70 mark, you will going to get a choice for 2 mark question, 3 mark question and also 5 mark questions, but not for 1 mark question. All the 10 1 mark questions, all the 10 1-mark questions are mandated. There is no excuse for that one. But but with respect to 2-mark and 3-mark and 5 marks, it is with our choices. So you can have the alternate method. But in the 1-mark, definitely out of 10 questions, 2 or 3 questions are very tough. Because here I am focusing towards the what out of what, isn't it? 2 or 3 marks are very tough questions. Then remaining 7 questions, out of that, moderate level of questions will be there, about 2 or 3. Then 3 or 4 maximum. So 4 plus 3, 7, and remaining 3 questions will be easy. So this is how the pattern of question paper will be there. You can make out this one by practicing last 10-year question paper. So you can make out this 1-mark questions. So from which chapter it will going to be asked. It's not so easy to predict, because we can make numerous 1-mark questions, isn't it? In that tough level, moderate level, easy level. Okay, in that manner the question paper will be there under 1-mark category. Then remember, 2-mark, 3-mark and 5-mark is okay. Direct questions will be there in majority of time. Then biology does not only involve learning. Just reading is not sufficient. Often students complain that in biology they only need to learn various biological terms, which is quite boring. Of course, some of you means the students usually telling that it's quite boring because lot of words, lot of technical terms, biological terms, botanical names, zoological name, and the scientific terminologies, process. So it is an explanatory type of subject, isn't it? It is not a reduced kind of explanation is not sufficient, like that of our mathematics equations or derivations of physics, chemical reactions of chemistry. No, it is out of that one. Biology is an explanatory type of questions will be there in biology. So, but chapter like, so for example, but chapters like genetics, biotechnology do not require only learning work. You need to understand them well to score better in the exam. So, chapter genetics and biotechnology. So, application part of biology, the genetics and molecular biology and biotechnological principle, process and application. Remember, these are not a generalized topic. Of course, our some of the topics of ecology it is generalized, but here it is not like that. So you should you need to understand this one well to score better in the exam. If you succeed in understanding different topics of genetics, subtopics of genetics, then it will become the easiest chapter in the biology. Remember, in the biology, genetics chapter is very good chapter actually. All the chapters are very good chapter. In that also, if the genetics, some of the students are thinking that genetics in that principle of inheritance and variation and molecular biology is tough. No, it is a very good chapter actually. Okay, so we should understand the different subtopics of that portion. Okay, otherwise you will find it difficult to prepare genetics and biotechnology. It's totally some different topic. Actually, in the entire second year biology, reproductive biology, genetics and biotechnology are little bit tough. Other things are very easy. Microbes in human welfare, then our ecology topic, then human health and disease, and in the reproductive biology also, in the reproductive health, then reproduction organism. So these are 5 to 6 chapters are very easy, isn't it? But coming to the point of biotechnology, two chapters and genetics 2 chapters, little bit tough. And of course reproductive biology in that sexual reproduction, flowering plant and human reproduction, elaborated explanation is needed. Okay, then how to learn difficult biology terminologies. The best tip to learn the difficult biological terminology is to to write them on paper many times. Repeated writing skill, repeated writing phenomena is needed to overcome the difficulty in biological term. So we can write it on paper, we can study that one, we can repeat in writing. By writing you can memorize any biological terms, technical terms. Suppose you need to learn the genus of a baculovirus, that is nucleopolyhedrovirus. Undoubtedly it is a big term, but you can easily learn it by writing the term repeatedly on paper. For 10 times you can write. Yeah, then you will going to manage with respect to that word, nucleopolyhedrovirus. The process of production of one particular type of amino acid. Application part. If you take one protein synthesis, what are the steps? Write that one. Or diagrammatically we can represent. That is another way. Later I will tell. Okay. Then importance of diagrams in biology. Coming to that point. Diagram is very important in biology, because out of 70 mark there may be of about maximum level is about 15 to 18 marks questions are depending on biology diagrams. Okay. So even in medical exams like NEET and AIMS etc., many diagram based questions are asked these days in the KCET also. Hence you should fully concentrate on various biological diagrams which are there in our NCERT. And we can explain. So there are many questions in biology like how Hershey and Chase, for example I give one example. How Hershey and Chase proved that DNA is the genetic material. So here theoretically it is a big question, the process, but you can answer this question by drawing diagrams of the experiment conducted by bacteriophage by Hershey and Chase too. So bacteriophage infection with bacteria, how transforming things are there, and which component will going to take the phosphorus etc., sulfur and phosphorus, isn't it? So that entire explanation can be represented by doing the drawing. So if you are able to draw the diagrams in a proper way, by using that diagram or diagrammatic representation, you can write the sentence. You can make your own sentence in an appropriate manner so that you can have the essay question answer. Usually in the biology, what is the thing is, in a 5 mark question, along with diagram you should explain, isn't it? So diagrammatic way, flow chart way you can write. Later you can explain. So it is the method to get good marks. Then theoretically it is a big question, isn't it? So by using that one we can do the process. Then and you will get full marks for it in the board exam, of course. Then here I given some of the top tips to score a good mark, highest mark in biology. Always feel positive. Not only biology, in all exams, isn't it? Yeah. In the entire PU board exam, a positive attitude will make you through to the door to success and make you feel full of self-confidence. So the student should have the self-confidence. It is very much essential, otherwise it will affect greatly on your work. Then plan well for study. There should be one positive planning. You must study more and give more interaction to that with the topic which you feel you are not that up to the mark, for which your teachers recommended to you to study more. You should study that topic first during your exams. High time preparation. So if you are feeling that, of course, molecular biology is tough, that topic is tough under that biology, then you should concentrate on that topic at first with the maximum speed. So this we have to give high time preparation for that topics which are considered as or feeling like that of the feeling that it is very tough. So how to overcome that one? It is very easy. We have to take more time to take that, to handle that topics. Then what to do night before the exam? This is also important. Night before the exam. The night before the exam is very much crucial for your exam and your exam performance pretty much dependent upon that. Previous day night, how you should behave. So you must not cram before the exams to follow, or you should just take the review of each topic you feel important or less confidence. So important topics, which are the important topics, and some of the topics are not confidence with you with respect to that chapter or with respect to that particular questions or phenomena, then we should give more information, more important that for that one. So reviewing of that paper, that is important. Last minute checkup with the important points regarding with that particular chapter which is considered as little bit tough. Then never think cramming too much before the exam. Okay. Next, it will mix your topics and also make to feel low in confidence for the exam. Last moment preparation means from the beginning it's not good. Okay. Then you should sleep as soon as possible to make your brain as well as body to relax a bit and to be well prepared for the exam. Because you are not going and sitting there, you should write for 3 hours, isn't it? 3.5 almost the process will be there. So we have to get enough energy, strength to sit itself for about 3.5 hours. And you have to write, isn't it? Simply sitting is not possible, not enough. So you have to write. So the energy should be there. So a good sleep is required before that exam in the previous day. So as our brain to need to rest, to be fresh and remember well for the exam, so that we can have the total preparation with respect to our brain also. Yes, Namaste Rahari. Yeah. So here these are some of the major tips to achieve a good things in your oncoming exam. Time before the exam. So time before the exam is in the morning time. Today at 10 o'clock, tomorrow at 10 o'clock, the exam will be there. Yes, of course. In the morning of that day, how you should be there. Never try to read anything or to study or cram just before the exam time. Even if your friends ask you for the topic, he misses or leaves during the preparation of exam. Sometimes what happens is some of the topics or subtopics, a small portion may be left because of some reason. Don't feel bad regarding with that one. Your friend may ask, whether you know that one, whether you know this one. No, don't worry. Okay, whatever you know, please keep it in mind and write. Okay, don't observe a new thing in that book which is not covered in the previous day. Okay, close your book 1 hour before the exam starts. Some of the students are there just before the entry to the exam hall, they will go into rubbishly, they will go into turn over the page, PTO, isn't it? Why? That's not good. So don't do that one. So close your book 1 hour before the exam starts and feel relaxed and worry free and full of self-confidence before the exam. That is very much essential. Okay? Then also get up early in the morning and take another view of the important topics and make yourself filled with the confidence, as confidence is the main key to score well. Score well. Important topics, yeah. Under genetics, Mendel's work, Mendel's law, incomplete dominance, test cross, like that. Major subtopics of that chapter. Okay. So small point, don't worry. Main 5 mark, 3 mark questions. We have to see once again. Okay, don't read 1 mark questions once again in the last moment. Okay, then during exam time, in the exam hall, before the commencement of that exam, before writing with respect to exam, check out all the things you require during the exam time in your bag. So pen, pencil, sketch pens if you want, rubber, sharpener, what are the different types of stationery things which are not prohibited with respect to exam hall. Okay, each and everything, whether it is small or big, matters a lot during your exam. You may think, yeah, pencil, don't worry, you will ask with somebody else. No, don't do like that. It will going to divert that student and our tension will going to build up if there is no pencil, isn't it? Yeah. Read all the instructions carefully before giving exam, which is written in the or printed in your hall ticket, isn't it? So along with the sketch pen, rubber and sharpener, hall ticket should be there, ID card. Okay, that is also important. Then instruction, you should read all the instructions carefully before giving exam and keep that in your mind during exam time, and don't make any foolish mistake regarding your exam paper instructions. Don't make any foolish mistake. Don't write unwanted, unnecessary things. Usually in the exam paper, you should not write your name, isn't it? Only the register number. Then don't write your college name, your address, etc. No need of writing. Just you have to write the biology, then code of that subject 36, then your register number. That's all, isn't it? Then putting your sign and other things. Then writing the register name in all pages. So register number in all pages. All the instructions should be followed in a proper way. That is important. Okay. Then time management is important. Read out all the questions carefully before writing anything on the answer sheet, and always start your answering from the questions which will carry maximum marks as well as which you think is tougher. Need much time to think before when you start exam. From small questions you will always feel the problem of question left. Okay, try to answer the questions from 5 mark onwards. 5 mark, then 3 mark, then 2 mark. Come to the 1 mark at last, even though you know the answer, because time management is very important. To write the answers for 1 mark, it requires very minute timings. You can write it in the end. Okay. Then some of the questions, 1 mark questions, are very tough. Don't waste the time for thinking with respect to answers. Instead of that, 5 mark questions are always straight questions. Straight away you can write. Put to correct question number. That is important. Okay. So that why time management is very much essential, important during exams. You can write small questions even in last 30 minutes, but you will never able to write enough for the large questions. So don't waste the time by writing the 1 mark questions at the beginning. Write the answers for that one and the last. Okay. So last 30 minutes you can cover 2 mark and 1 mark questions. 2 mark 5 questions, 1 mark 10 questions. Okay. So as a result you can manage the times. So which will eventually result in sadness. So large questions should be covered in the beginning of 2 hours. Okay. In the last 3 mark and 2 mark and 1 mark question you can write it in last 1 hour, because 2 mark questions, 5 questions are there, 20 mark. Then 2 mark question, 5 question, 10 mark, and 1 mark question, 10 mark question, 20 mark. Then 3 mark, 5 question, 15 mark. 15 plus 20 plus 10. You can write it in last 1 hour, 1 hour 15 minutes. So for 5 mark question you should give more time. So because there you have to draw the diagram, explanation is needed, so it takes time. Okay. Then when you feel stuck during the exam, this is another thing. Suddenly you may have stuck. Means what? You are not remembering the answers well. So there will also a moment comes in your exam hall exam time, when you feel stuck with some questions or a single questions, you just need to be relaxed and calm. Don't be panic or excitement in that situation, and make yourself be confident and try to think that answer with a cool mind at the end. At the end. So as a result, you can manage the time also. Don't stuck with that answer, that question. So it will going to consume maximum timing. So it will going to reduce your actual timings. So because of that thing, please straight away go to next question. Okay, you can come to that tough question in the end. Then answer sheet should be neat and clean. This is another important thing. Handwriting matters a lot in case of biology also. Good and highest marks during your exam, as your writing makes first impression on the checker's mind and makes your answer sheet more filled with glow and read for the examiner or checker of the answer sheet. During the evaluation, the evaluators. So first impression is the best impression, we know. So clean answer sheet. Don't rub or don't do cut or don't put much more underline or any other things, unwanted, unnecessary things. Underline you can make, but in a clear manner. Okay. Underline the lines you feel important and want to attract the examiner, attract the evaluator towards that, so that he or she can be able to make a right mindset about your answer given and also reward with the full or maximum mark. So as here we can make out one thing, drawing. Drawing also should be neat with the clear labeling, so that you will going to get a good marks. Out of 70 mark, most probably 3 to 5 marks are depending upon your neatness of the paper. Out of 5 mark for one diagram, for neatness they will going to award 1 mark. If the diagram is not neat, definitely you will going to lose the mark. So out of 70 mark, how to score? Out of 40, isn't it? Out of 70 mark of theory total mark, about 3 to 5 mark depending upon your neatness of paper. So make it clear. Okay. Then after completion of exam paper, what you should do? When you end up with the exam paper or question paper, don't feel like running out of exam hall at first. Sit there and review each and every answer before depositing that to the invigilator, room invigilator. Before handing it into invigilator, please check it once with respect to questions, or if there are any questions left by mistake. Okay, don't do that. Don't run away from the exam hall just after the completion. Please sit there and try to analyze that answers once again. Search for mistake you have done during the writing and tuned in towards the hardest question, and you think and also feels uncomfortable of answering that review that well and looks for the add any other important lies or missed to answer in that. So all those things, error can be rectified. So this is what the total tips for your oncoming board exam with respect to biology. Diagrams are very important. Okay, once again. So Unacademy Plus subscription is there. You can use it. Yes, pricing plan. You will get 10% off and additional 5%. Additional 5% off will be there if you are using my KCET Murali as a user code or referral code. Okay, test series. So these are the things related with our plus course. And thank you. See you again in the next class. My next class will be on 13th, and the topic for 13th question, it is locomotion and movement in that human skeletal system. Okay. My next topic, it is on 13th of this month at 9 o'clock, and the topic will be human skeletal system. Okay, under locomotion and movement, human skeletal system. You can watch that. You can join to that topic. That is on Saturday at 9 p.m. Next class, it is human physiology, locomotion and movement in that human skeletal system. Thank you everyone. Good night.